Welcome to Crochet for Kids Lesson 3. In this lesson, you will learn how to make the single crochet. For this lesson, you will need some yarn and a crochet hook. To get started, we are going to grab our yarn and make the slip knot that we learned in Lesson 1. Next, we are going to chain 10 like we learned in Lesson 2. And if you need to, you can go back and watch Lesson 1 to review the slip knot or Lesson 2 to review the chain stitch. Now that I have 10 chains, I'm going to add one more because I would like to do a row of 10 single crochets along this foundation chain. And to begin a row of single crochets, you need one extra chain. Remember that loop on my hook does not count as a chain. And this first one is the first chain from my hook, and this one is the second chain from my hook. And that is the one we're going to be working in, the second chain from my hook. I'm going to insert my hook into that chain, yarn over, and pull a loop through my chain. So now I have 2 loops on my hook. And I'm going to yarn over again and pull through 2 loops. And that is one single crochet completed. Let's try it in the next chain. So we'll insert our hook into that very next chain. Then we'll yarn over and pull up a loop. Now we have 2 loops on our chain. Now we'll yarn over again and pull through 2 loops. And that is our second single crochet on our foundation chain. Now let's try it again. We'll insert our hook into the very next chain and draw up a loop. And then we'll yarn over once again and draw through 2 loops. And now we have 3 single crochets. So we're going to practice that down the whole chain. Insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2 loops. And in the next one, insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, and draw through 2. Insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2 loops. Insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. Insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. And now we've got 2 more. Insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. And in the very last chain of our foundation chain, insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. And now we have 10 single crochets on our foundation chain. So to start the next row, we need to chain 1 and then turn our work. So at the end of every row, to start the next row, you want to chain 1 and turn. And now I like to take a look at my single crochets. Sometimes I count them just to make sure I didn't miss one at the beginning or the end, because the very last one there, you see how it kind of curls over. So let's count them and make sure that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're not going to miss you, 10th single crochet. So you can see that the tops of the single crochets form something that almost looks like a braid. It's like 2 little loops that form a little V. And we're going to be inserting our hook under those 2 little loops that look like a V. So we're going to insert our hook under that very first single crochet. And we're going to yarn over and draw up a loop. And then we're going to yarn over and draw through 2. And that is the first single crochet of our second row. Now we're going to do that in the next one. So insert your hook under those 2 little loops, draw up a loop, and then yarn over and draw through 2. Very good. Insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. Insert your hook and draw up a loop and yarn over and draw through 2. So we're just going to continue that down this whole row so that we have 10 single crochets on top of the 10 previous single crochets. Insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2 loops. Insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. Now I'm on my last 2 stitches. Insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. And now on that very last one, make sure you get into that little V of the very last one. Insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. And that is the last single crochet of this row. Does yours look similar to this? So now to start the next row, we're going to once again chain 1 and turn our work to begin row 3. So once again, we'll be looking for that very first single crochet, the very first little V to put our stitch in. And if you're not 100% sure, you can count them to make sure you have all of your stitches and to make sure that you're in the very first one of your 10. Just insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2 when you find that first stitch. Insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2 in your second stitch. Insert your hook and draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2 in your third one. And just continue on down the rest of the row, making sure that you're going under the 2 little loops of the single crochet and drawing up a loop and yarn over and draw through 2. Insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. And now I'm on my last 2 once again. Insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, and in that very last little stitch there, see the little V? Insert your hook and draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. And now we are ready for row 4. So chain 1 and turn. And in our very first stitch, insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. In the next one, insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. How are you doing out there? Are you starting to get the hang of it? The single crochet is a really nice basic stitch that you can use to make so many things. For example, with this little project that is 10 single crochets wide, you could do like 10 rows or 15 rows and stop, and it would be a really cute coaster or a mug rug. Or you could keep going and make it really, really long, and it would make a really nice scarf. So you could make lots of fun things with this. But for now, keep practicing. You're doing a great job, and I can't wait to see you in our next lesson.